Hi, so we are back. We will no longer speak about the unspeakable thing, but June is coming with change based on the numerology alone of this month. And this cycle is basically the beginning of that. We will be entering into some newness, some new connections, some new change. So welcome everybody to Our Sky, Our Story. Over here we use the visible sky to interpret our astrology, not mainstream tropical astrology, so the placements will be different. Example, Pluto is actually in Capricorn, but don't believe me, check for yourself. Either get an astronomy app, use Google, the Sky Live, or grab yourself a calendar which is in full alignment with the visible sky. Physical and digital copies are available. But welcome everybody. My name is Kalita Salia. I did take a little break, just three videos I missed throughout May, but my name is Kalita Salia. For those who are new, I am a mother, a real angel, and of course I do dabble in crypto, so make sure you check out the Crypto Angles podcast, which will be back on this Sunday. But let's get into this anyway. The order of the video, if you are new, we'll go into the numerology, then we'll look into the transits, then the moon transits, and then we'll clarify with Zitarat, and we've got Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Then we come back to the present moment, because of course the present moment is all that matters. So yes, those who are new, while I'm just getting ready to write the numerology, because we do follow the sky, we do look at other star constellations. So for example, this is the child, our inner child, that we're following too. It is currently retrograding and it's in Aquila, so this is why I like looking at the sky. And if you don't know, they are all on the back of the calendar anyway. But let's get into the numerology. So we go through 3 numerologies over here, so I need you to breathe in and breathe out with me. We're following the Gregorian normal calendar that, you know, we've been forced to follow. And we also look at the original calendar. So, for example, June would actually be the 4th month, not the 6th. So we get the numerology for that as well. And then we are following the 13 moon cycles. So we are on our 3rd moon cycle right now in June. And of course, our new moon, which we're getting the 6th of June, is our 13 moon cycle. So from the 6th of June, so yeah, the moon one will kick in soon, but ultimately we're looking at the 3 of them. So if you don't know how to add up, the month numerology is basically the month plus the year, and then so on. So just like with the moons, it's the 3rd cycle plus the year, and then we'll get our number. So for the Gregorian, we are getting 14. Oh, camera moved a little, so I just moved it, but we're getting 14/5. With the original, we're getting 12/3. And with our 13 moons, we're getting 11. So we're getting that portal vibes again. So what I'm basically seeing with this is when it comes to, I'll start from the bottom up, when it comes to the actual hologram that we are under, the sun, moon and stars doing its thing. Obviously we're getting the 11, so we're getting 1/1. We're getting that masculine energy of assertiveness, because I always say when it comes to the 1 and how I see it in my brain energetic wise, 1 is that piercing light through our hologram. 1 is that energy that opens up a new, how can I put it, a new spark or a new direction in our collective mind. Okay, oh, excuse me. That's what the 1 energy does. And then when this 1 energy shows its assertiveness, points its like direction, energy then travels around it in that new direction. So that is generally the 1 energy. It is leadership, it's assertiveness, it's direction, structure and stability as well. So obviously on the base level, we're getting 2 of that. In essence, we are literally walking through the door of the 11. We're walking through it in this new direction, and ultimately we'll have like spirals energetically going on each side. So that's how I see the 11 energy. It's newness for one. You're going through something, and I feel the other numerologies kind of amplify this as well, because of course with the base energies of the 5 and the 3, we're also getting 2 1s, 14 and 12, we're getting 2 1s. So that one energy of new leadership, new direction, structure and stability is there. Okay, and in this newness, this new direction, this new structure and stability, this 3 energies coming up as well as the 2 but these 3 energies. So of course, incorporating into this 3 energy, it's the 1 and the 2. So again, the 1 energy is there, and then the 2 presents duality. 2 presents contrast in order for something to exist. It's more feminine in nature and things like that, but it presents that duality and contrast in order for this newness, I guess, to exist. And of course, these are the base energies of the 3. And I love how it's just literally 1 2 3. It's 1 2 3 go, 1 2 3 go. But this 3 energy is basically, as I drew the 1 with the spiral, the 3 energy is that spiral of energy. 3 is literally the coil. That is the 3. So even though we see all of these as numbers, they're ultimately symbols. They're all just symbology. And 3 represents that coil, that spiral. And in order for this spiral and coil to actually come about, where the energy flows in that direction, creativity and boldness in that creativity is necessary in order for this creativity to come out in any way. Communication may be quite potent or quite important at this point. And I feel, especially because the 5 is here, communication, connections, especially do make sure as well you check out, coming on the 1st of June, how the luminaries will be supporting you for the entire month of June. That will come out on the 1st, so check that out before it's only available on Patreon after 48 hours. But in a nutshell, we're in June. There is a lot of Gemini energy, so I feel this just makes sense. Communication may be potent, and then of course stepping into the 5 energy, we're getting that 1, and we're getting the 4. So the 4 represents, again, it's leadership, it's direction, it's consistency, it's business savvy type of thing. You may get 4 can represent wealth when you act upon the ideas that you have. It could be a prosperous type of vibe. So I'm generally seeing, whatever this month is coming about, or whatever is going to happen with this month, a base energy for these connections and creativity, communication, will be part of what you've probably been doing anyway. So whatever you've been working on, whatever your business direction, your career path and things of that nature, it is going to be an underlying tone, okay? And this underlying tone, I'm seeing you're getting ready to step into something new. This 1 energy to walk through it. As you're walking through it, going through it, or when this going through activates, because this obviously comes in on the 6th, but your creativity will be a big part. And then 5 is connection and change. So connections, communication, Gemini energy, I'm seeing a lot of exchanging of energies at this point or in this month. I'm seeing a lot of change happening, which could come from your connections, your communication, your creations, your creativity, and your boldness, assertiveness with the one in order to do so. So these are the base energies. We've got 1, 2, 3, go. So the contrast, the duality is present in all of this in order for it to actually exist. Okay, so it's this month. It is this month we'll be seeing a lot more of this change, maybe a lot of connections, and the underlying tone is gonna still be something that you're assertive in, which still may be new. You may have been working on it for time, but you're still cultivating it and developing it, so it could be new still. Also, with that very thing you're spending a lot of time on, but change is coming, creativity is coming, which will amplify the change, and this change can come through different connections. So it's going to be an interesting one. We are going to pull 2 phases of tarot cards, one for the entire month for the numerology, and then just one for this cycle. So do give your girl a thumbs up if you did like my description on that, and we'll get into the transits. So this cycle, as you can see, we don't actually have any transits, so I'm kind of happy about that, because I thought, will I be coming back to making these videos and it's just a lot? But it's not. It's just the numerology and the moon. So we're going to get onto the moons and then we'll clarify with the tarot. So we know we're having our new moon on the 6th, new moon, no moon, but the moon starts off in Pisces on the 2nd of June. And then, let me just write them. So the moon is the mover of your emotions. Oh gosh, I need to cough, confirmation cough. And you know, while I'm talking about emotions and moving stuff, I do have a genuine question. Has anyone ever published anything on Amazon KDP? Just, yeah, like a book on Amazon, because I'm struggling a little. I have a diary version of this ready to come out, but it's literally just Amazon's just not publishing it. It keeps saying I need to extend the trim size, and every time I do that, it still says the same thing. So I'm just really confused. Contacting them is a mission. So if anyone does know, please contact your girl. Help me out if you can. I'm even gonna do a TikTok on that, and maybe it will spread a bit further. Like, I generally need help. But the moon anyway is the mover of our emotions. It gets our energy, emotion, our emotions moving through how you feel about something and things of that nature. It will spark an emotion in you to get you moving, basically. Confirmation burp, whether that's happy or sad. Whether that's happy or sad, you know, basic emotions. But that's basically the point. Whatever it is you're feeling, you then act upon that, because of course the world is a stage. Everything is a show. You are the star of your own show. You act upon it. And as you are acting upon it, you see it through the lens of the ego. So you see it through wherever your sun sign is, and in combination with wherever the sun is transiting. I do offer birth chart readings as well. All information is down below if you would like that. But ultimately, just trust yourself. But anyway, so this is the moon and the sun technology and how they work together. And from your action that you've put out there, whatever is drawn to you, you then see it again through the lens of the ego. So that is the moon and sun technology. I do see this all as technology, highly advanced technology of our hologram. This is the coding, or part of the coding, astrology along with numerology and some other components. But this is the coding of our hologram, and it impacts our decisions with space of different ways, basically. So it's starting off in Pisces. And what I found interesting was that this cycle we didn't have a Cetus watery dip. I know I haven't been doing a few videos, but the moon didn't actually dip into Cetus this time, so that alchemization wasn't necessarily there to its full depth on this cycle. So even though we didn't have that deeper alchemization of Cetus, our emotions, how our emotions was ready to move us, starting on Sunday anyway, it's still in the waters. So there's still a lot of reflection I'm seeing when it comes to our emotions, because Pisces, being the water element, being the water sign, just like consciousness is connected to everything and all. So reflection of the past 28-day cycle may come up for you when it comes to your emotions. You may be reflecting on that more. And because I always say it's in the waters, on Sunday into Monday, before it transitions into Aries, I'm generally seeing our emotions will be in that reflective mode, potentially being in the waters. It's getting ready for its new 28-day cycle. So it's getting ready to truly attune itself. I don't know why I did quotations, but to attune itself to the frequencies it's ready to experience this cycle. Gosh, can you hear my daughter screaming? She's playing a game. But yeah, so that's how our emotions may be moving us, and Pisces being full of wisdom because it is connected to all. Creativity may want to come out, so you may get feelings, your emotion, your energies may move you on ways to create or to express the wisdom that you know, especially after reflecting on the past 28-day cycle. So the beginning of next cycle, Sunday, if you do feel you are in reflective mode of certain things, so could be why, but that is how we're starting off the cycle anyway. And then after this reflection, after this attuning yourself to what you're ready to experience now, after this acknowledgement of your own wisdom and how you would like to express that in creative ways, we're then moving into new. We're then activating the fire, the flame, for that to kickstart. And again, this is why I just love looking at the sky and analyzing it this way, even down to the elements, because it's all here on the elements. You've got it. Oh, it's not even on the camera. You've got, obviously, Taurus is earth, Gemini is air. So we do have it all there on the calendar. And at the back, it tells you anyway. So you've got all the elements, so you can figure that out, because it makes sense. The way this all moves just makes sense to me. We're birthed from the water, and then the fire element kicks in, which is Aries. This is the life now, to which will begin everything for this 28-day cycle when it comes to how your energy is moving you. Okay, so it steps into this new fire Aries energy. Who is my daughter shouting at? We're stepping into that newness. So again, from observation of where the moon has been, I have noticed, I don't know whether this is because I have a Pisces moon, like my moon is in Pisces, but I can be more on the downside. I notice when the moon is in Pisces, more reflecting, just feeling just a little bit low. But when the moon goes into Aries, then I generally feel a bit more fresh again. I feel a bit more like, okay, I'm ready to actually take this on. I can actually do this. Or I'm now excited about something that I was doing before, but then you know how you just can lose excitement, lose things like that. It's like it sparks back up again when the moon is in Aries. So that is another observation. And this is why I'm really like, people, this is the diary. It is super massive. The next one will be different sizes, but this is why I really would like to get this out. This is the Amazon version, and this one will be available soon on Etsy. This is just a wire bound one, but they're still basically the same size. and you've got it all there. You can write things down when the moon is in a certain place. Just write it down, you know. How was you feeling then? So we can really get to know ourselves much more. Yeah, I really would like this one out on Amazon. That's where I need the help, and the other one will be available on Etsy soon, but you know, it will be limited until I can like go up a bit more. But yeah, anyway, that's what I noticed with Aries personally. And I don't know, I just feel all of this, it is a test. I'm just experimenting, so to say. We've been so bamboozled when it comes to mainstream tropical Western astrology, telling us these are your placements. Because as you can see, the sun enters Gemini on the 21st of June. But many people who's born before that are so caught up on, no, I'm a Gemini, and they can't let that go. They cannot let it go. And this is why I also say, don't get too caught up in any of this. It's a tool, use it for a tool. If it's overcoming you or using you, throw it away. Just look at the beauty of the stars, just like, wow, it's twinkling, and that's it. Like, don't let it rule your life. Like, you know, observe it to know yourself more, and just leave it at that. Know when to let go of it, when you need to let go of it. So yeah. And I swear I do feel the people who mainly know their tropical Western placements, when you look into nature, the actual sky, it would make a lot more sense. Like, it would. But bear in mind, Western tropical astrology is the story they have told you to live. So there's going to be some similarities as well. There's going to be some resonance there, because you'd realize that's kind of what I've been told to live. But this is really who I see myself more as. So I do just suggest grab an app and check for your placements for yourself. I do give birth chart readings for a more in-depth thing, but to just know your placements, you can do it yourself. And it is in this diary here. The first page is all explains, and you can write all of your placements here, and everything. So yes, please help me get that out. I'm just stuck on Amazon. I'm really stuck. So anyway, where was I? This newness, this new spark, I feel our emotions will be moving us in this new way, the beginning of this month, and especially as we're transitioning into the new moon, no moon. So we're in Aries up until the 5th. And then our new moon, no moon is on the 6th, when the moon is still in Taurus. And after this, new spark, new inspiration has come back when it comes to how you're moving your energy. Bear in mind, that's kind of like the basis, because however you move and act upon something is what will draw your experiences to you. Okay, so this new spark that comes in, whether this is a new spark for what you're previously doing, whether it's something new, whether you've just got that new fire, flame, life, energy, depending whatever it is, as the moon moves into Taurus now, once you know this new direction, this new spark, new life, we're then entering our toroidal field. So I always draw Taurus as a toroidal field, because that's basically what it is. Taurus fueling the second house and representing the material, as well as it's fueled by Venus. And again, Taurus being fueled by who? It's fueled by Venus. It represents all of the material. And something else I do want to bring up as well is the body. I haven't been mentioning the bodies too much, but it is part of the calendar as well as the diary. But the cerebellum, I can't pronounce it properly, but that is a space in the back of your brain, basically, and literally that's where the toroidal field comes from. And then Gemini does represent the arms when it comes to the body. So I'm just gonna say, obviously we're not there yet, but do pay attention to your arms. pay attention to your arms, what it does, the actions it does, how you use your hands for certain things. Pay attention when the sun enters Gemini, but up until this point we are still in the toroidal field energy. We're quite literally in our body as the sun is transiting through Taurus. It's a lot on right now, your toroidal field, and what you are going to begin to attract to you during this next cycle up until the sun reaches Pisces again. So it's still quite an important time, especially because it's connection and change and creativity going through this 11 gates portal, this new direction of stability and foundation in your life. So yeah, so keep that in mind. Anyway, we are in that toroidal field energy, and then of course when it comes specifically to our emotions, our energy emotion, we are picking up this new toroidal field when it comes to what we are going to experience in our physical reality. Okay, Taurus does cover love and money as well, so that will be on the cards. It will be on the cards, love and money too, but ultimately it's just every experience in your physical reality that you're going to use your six senses to interact with. Yeah. So pay attention to what you feel you would now like to experience when we enter into this new moon, especially being a new moon, no moon. The moon, I say no moon because the moon's technically not in the sky. I see the moon as a light, not a solid object. I see it as a light, and it goes through its phases. And when it's the new moon, no moon, the moon's not there. It's no longer shining its light because it's literally not there. And then it begins to regenerate again. So when the moon is not there, or when it's more hidden, when an aspect is more hidden, this is when our emotions are moved more in a logical way, more logical and rational, like that it has to logically make sense on why you are doing something for you to put your energy in motion. And it's a moon in Taurus. So again, when it comes to what you are ready to experience, what you want to interact with, what you find valuable that you want to use your senses to interact with, when it comes to money and love, how you're exchanging your money, how you're giving or receiving love, our emotions are going to move us in a logical way when it comes to that. So when it comes to this new toroidal field of what we are beginning to attract to us, it has to make logical sense. It's not going to be, oh, I just feel like it, so I'm doing that. It's like, no, this is what I want to attract in my toroidal field. This is what I want to interact with. And it's coming from a logical perspective. So I will say, do trust yourself with what you are feeling you would want to interact with, or what you're feeling you would like to now experience, whether that's doing something in a completely different way, or changing some aspects of whatever you're attracting to you. I will say, do trust yourself. It's coming from a logical perspective, okay? And then it will be it's heightened. This Taurus energy is heightened of what you are attracting, because of course the sun's still in Taurus. We've got Venus in Taurus, Mercury in Taurus, Jupiter in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus. So make sure you check out how the luminaries support you for the month of June. When's the 1st of June? So it's coming out on Saturday. Okay, make sure you watch that, because we synchronize all of this together to make it make sense. There's just not enough time in these videos. So do check that out. But this Taurus energy of what we're actually truly attracting is quite potent at this time. And then of course the moon then moves into Gemini on the 7th of June. On the 7th of June it moves into Gemini. So Gemini is all about being fueled by Mercury, an air sign. Both of them are air elements. Yeah, is Gemini is fueled by, yes, it is fueled by Mercury. So it's all there, people. It is all there. You can learn the symbology, because just like the numbers, our brain recognizes symbols. But anyway, being that air element, there's a lot of energy exchange. It's a lot of thoughts, so that's energy exchange even within what you're thinking. It's energy exchange with how you are communicating as well. So communication is definitely more big on the scales when it's in Gemini. So kind of like what I've personally noticed when the moon is in Gemini, I'm still analyzing if it's different compared to like a full moon to a new moon. But what I have noticed is that communication is a bit more potent. You probably start communicating about things that have probably been suppressed for a little bit, and then it's like, oh, you've let it out. This could be years of suppression, days, months, cycles, whichever. But I notice somehow the hologram presents an opportunity to allow you to speak. Or you may be the listener for someone who's talking to you. So obviously, again, how this all impacts you will depend on your own personal transits as well, your own personal life, and that excessive or extra deep communication, that extra energy exchange could be from someone else in your life and not necessarily you. So things are different. This keeps kind of dropping down a little. I don't understand. But ultimately, to summarize, once our emotions have tapped into the waters, we've had our reflective moment, and then we choose what we're ready to attune ourselves to, quite literally in the waters, bring our wisdom out. We then get this new spark, fresh spark of passion, drive, to get us going in that direction. We're feeling a bit more optimistic about it now. Once feeling optimistic about it, you then draw it into your toroidal field, you draw it into your experience, and then once you've drawn that into your toroidal field for you to interact with it, you then exchange, you then have that energetic exchange with what you've literally just drawn in to your toroidal field. Okay, and then of course, as it moves on, you'd recognize what's important and so on when it moves into Cancer from this energy exchange into the next cycle. But ultimately, Gemini is the energy exchange of what you have drawn into your experience from your toroidal field after you've had this new spark of life. Okay, so it is going to be important, again, how or who you're exchanging your energy with. Yeah, because that essentially is the result of what you've drawn into your experience and your reality. Yeah, so do let me know if you like my interpretation. Give girl a thumbs up, it will help me out so much. If you like my interpretation of how this is more practical in our life when it comes to the more hidden realm of the hologram and how it truly impacts us and things of that nature, do let me know. Do share the video, get it out there, because I know it's a different perspective that that many astrologers kind of talk about. It's quite different from it. So let's get into the tarot now. So take a little deep breath with me while I hit the sound bowl. And breathe out. I need to use this sound bowl much more. So we did have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I did kind of pre-shuffle it a little before. So let's go. We're going for the numerology of this month. So just the for June, what's happening with the numerology with the 11, the 3 and the 5. 11, 3 and 5. This change and adaptation as well, I have to say, like learning some other things. It's very primal wisdom. So I am going to say, whatever comes up in your life, trust your instincts for that. Okay? For this change and connection. Trust your natural instincts. But what is coming up for June, for the collective? Six of Wands for June. I can't remember what the Six of Wands is, to be honest. Can you clarify the Six of Wands for June, please, with all of this numerology for the collective? Nine of Wands. Oh, a lot of wands. Can you clarify this? Nine of Wands. Oh, gosh. Can I get a clearer message? I did see a bit of like the Three of Cups in reverse, but can we get a clearer message for that? King of Swords. We're seeing through something. I'm feeling one more just to clarify all of this for the month of June. The month of June. I'm feeling messages, communication, but seeing through things as well. Oh, come on, cards. I saw a little bit of the moon. Oh. We had the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so and the Ace is back at the bottom of the deck. What's going on with this cycle then, going into our new toroidal field, just for this cycle from the 2nd to the 8th of June 2024? What is going on? We've got the Two of Swords in reverse. Can you not see these? So I'll put them there. I'll pick it up when going. Two of Swords in reverse. So I don't know, with the wands of the month, not really seeing heartache this month, but let's see what's happening for this cycle. Got Four of Cups in reverse. A lot of reverses. It's not a lot actually, it's just one. You kind of jumped up again. Is there not going to be a good connection? We do have the Emperor this cycle, and we'll just go for one more. What's happening this cycle? This just flipped out, Five of Pentacles in reverse. So let's see, we'll go through this cycle first, and then we got Temperance in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So maybe we're not waiting around for certain stuff, but let's do, so this is what I'm using, and I've said for time I'm going to link it under my video, but I've just not done that yet. So the Two of Swords. Oh, it's not in reverse, it's upright. It's not in reverse. Okay, we're in denial about something this cycle. We are in denial about something. We're blind to something, and our feelings are probably blocked with something coming in. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, you may not be quite open this cycle, so do keep that in mind. I'm seeing change, but I'm seeing this change may come with challenges. We then have the Four of Cups in reverse. This is definitely in reverse. So this represents introspection, self-doubt, taking things personally, giving little away, not seeing what's on offer, lacking initiative, taking time to reflect. So we're not in this energy. We're not in this self-doubt energy. We're not taking things personally. Yeah, and I guess we will be seeing what's on offer, but there's some denial and some block that we're kind of missing here. And this is a thing. Obviously, the way how life goes with so much things that comes in, this may be one aspect of life where we're just not seeing it, but then we do have this aspect which could be a different area in your life where you're just not taking things personally, or it could be a journey where you may feel blind to the truth, just like not seeing things for as they are, being in denial, and then you then realize like, okay, I'm not taking this personally. I'm truly seeing what's on offer instead of being in denial anymore. Your initiative is there because it's not lacking. So interesting, and especially because we do have the Emperor, but we'll do that after. We'll do the Five of Pentacles being in reverse. So this upright represents hardship, victim mentality, material difficulties, feeling excluded, neglecting your needs, soul searching, sense that something is missing. It's in reverse. So this is interesting. It's an interesting story because this cycle anyway, we may not feel we're in any hardship or material difficulties. Like we're not in that mental victim mentality or feeling that anything's missing. And I feel this comes from the Four of Cups being there, where we're not in this self-doubt phase and we are taking opportunities, using our initiative of what is coming up, which could be a result of whatever we start the cycle off, or an aspect in our life that we're in denial in. But ultimately we're not in that victim mentality. So whatever this denial is, I feel we're getting through it quite quickly and we're not gonna be in that victim mentality again. We are in the zone of toroidal field, so all interesting. So we do have the Emperor, so there's Emperor vibes coming up here. Yeah, we do have the Emperor, power, authority, father figure, leadership, power of reason, insensitivity to others, feelings or desires, assertiveness, taking control, getting organized, working within a system, establishing what? Law and order. Law and order with the Four. It's all about law and order. It's all about consistency, leadership with the Wands as well. That leadership energy is naturally there. Yeah, assertiveness with the One energy as well. So that's interesting how this cycle is starting off, because like whatever this thing that you may be a little hurt by or in denial, not really wanting to see, you definitely move past it and you have your power and authority, and you're not in this victim mentality. So overall, I feel this cycle may be okay. It may be okay. Again, it's about what we're drawing into our toroidal field and how we're exchanging our energy. But let's get on to the month now. We've got two wands, King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. So I found the King of Swords, but we've got 6 and the 9. I find that interesting anyway, the fact it's 6 and 9. It's 6 and 9. But the 6 of Wands is victory, pride, taking it all in your stride, looking after number 1. So that's you. So that kind of empathize like the Emperor. You're just, you know, superiority complex maybe there, and being a bit arrogant to admit the truth. I feel this goes hand in hand with the Two of Swords, of probably being in denial about something. Though there's victory there for the month, you may not want to admit something, which may come up at the beginning of the month. This not being a bit blind to it and not really wanting to admit the truth, but ultimately there is victory there anyway. And with the 9 of Wands, we have feeling defensive and curious, preparedness, expecting the worst, persisting, remembering past hurts, stay alert to yourself. So again, that's interesting. Whatever this denial is may put us in reflection mode. And I did say reflection mode with the moon being in there. Maybe something that comes up. It may be something that comes up again when it comes to this reflective mode and like communication, how we're going to communicate and bring our creativity, our spiral out, may put us in a defensive mode, even when it comes to who we're trying to connect with. So yeah, that's interesting. I feel though there's victory there for this month, I do feel there's also reflection on the past that had happened that may come up quite a bit this month, and you may feel defensive from that, so do keep that in mind. And then we have the King of Swords. King of Swords, so it's articulate, just, assertive, analytical, actively gets to grips with the situation, high standards, patriarchal values, capable and intellectually adept. So again, what's standing out to me the most is this assertiveness and surety to deal with whatever situation. It's just screaming the 1 and the 4 energy here, along with the Emperor, how it's starting. So it's kind of like we know what to do. So even if, you know, there's victory there coming through, there's victory, but also we're just not acknowledging something. We may be put in this past reflection, being hurt from the past, but ultimately we're in the energy of knowing what to do and where to go, being assertive with that. And then of course we do have the 9 of the Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles. So accomplishment, self-reliance, having a comfortable lifestyle, enjoying the finer things in life, being responsible, inner sense of security, financial or material resourcefulness, and grace. So it's like ultimately this month, money-wise, may be okay. And I generally feel there is going to be reflection this month, because we'll be analysing, like I says, there's a whole bunch of Taurus energy, things coming into our toroidal field, which this is why I feel past hurts may come up, because we need to recognize what we want in our toroidal field for the next yearly cycle, what we want and what we don't want. We may be a bit blind to something, but ultimately there's some victory happening in our life this month. And your assertiveness is making that happen, and your surety, knowing what to do in each situation. And yeah, ultimately, you're gonna be okay. I feel we're gonna see change this month, as it is 5. I do feel we're gonna see change in our life. Whether that's, I don't know, everyone's gonna be different, but I am seeing change. But I feel this change will it's gonna come, but you need to reflect on the past and what had happened, come to terms with it, even if you don't want to accept something at a certain point. But I am seeing change ultimately. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let's come back to the present moment. Oh gosh, every time when there's no transits, I always say the video is going to be shorter, but it's not. It's really not. But take a deep breath with me. And exhale. So let's just keep these to the side. The moon right now is in Aquarius. So we have so we have our Aquarius moon right now, and Mercury enters Taurus today. As you are watching this on our 3rd quarter moon, Mercury enters Taurus. So ultimately, when it comes to how we are beginning to exchange our energy now, being Mercury, I will speak about it a bit more, because obviously we didn't have a video last Thursday or a few Thursdays before that. So how we are exchanging our energy now, again, we're exchanging our energy now in a way that we truly want this in our toroidal field. We're taking that energetic exchange to that level. We're exchanging our energy possibly more on the material things, having more experiences in the material, whether that is literally with money, whether that is love may pop up with how you're exchanging your energy, things a bit more probably sensual or anything to do with the senses. We are exchanging our energy in that way now, with Mercury being in Taurus from today. So pay attention to how you are communicating, because how you obviously are communicating, that puts energy out there, and you're drawing that into your toroidal field, knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want to experience in our physical reality. So pay attention to your thoughts, because Mercury covers thoughts as well. What are you thinking? What are you thinking when it comes to how you want to interact in the toroidal field? You know, what are your thoughts saying? So do keep an eye on that. And of course, the moon, mover of our emotions, is in Aquarius right now, so probably a little bit more sociable, but only sociable to things that is going to be there for the long term, because of course Aquarius comes after Capricorn. Pay attention to how your emotions move you when it comes to your unique ideas and what you'd like to do today. Like, it's super cloudy for me out here and I'm tired of it. I've learned that you can boil vinegar, white wine vinegar, outside, and it will clear up the skies. That, as well as like some copper and stuff. So I don't have copper with me right now, but I've got vinegar. So that's going to be part of the children's homeschooling today. We're going to get rid of this cloudy sky and we'll see how it works. It's thick cloud and I am tired of it. So yeah, pay attention to how your emotions move you today, and do let me know if you like this video or not. Give your girl a thumbs up. Thank you for reaching to the end. If you did, please, if anyone can help me with the Amazon to publish this so it can become available and you can get it instantly. Ordering it off Etsy, this ring bounder version may take a little longer, but I'm just waiting for a few more to come and then this will be available. But any support will be super appreciative. If you would like to grab a calendar, there is a discount, 10% off, and if you grab right now, if you get the digital copy, you can get the physical for free if you just pay for postage and packaging for it. So that is there. But if you're not able to support in that way, a simple like on the video would do wonders. So thank you for reaching this far. Make sure you catch me on the Crypto Angles podcast, and I'm aiming to go live, but we'll see. But definitely catch how the luminaries support you on the 1st of June. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Angel out. Bye.